Weather Center Live, a busy week across the South, dealing with strong storms, some severe, destructive tornado producers. We have details surrounding this line of storms that spawned this last night.
And it's not over yet. As you go through the day, we're still tracking a line of storms bringing heavy rain, maybe some snow. Get ready. Who'll see what and when? You're in the right spot for all the answers. Weather Center Live starts right now. You've made it to Thursday. I was just making sure. I was like, it feels like Tuesday, but no, the week is flying. The weekend in sight. Thanks for joining us. I'm meteorologist Mark Elliott.
And I'm meteorologist Maria LaRosa. It may have felt like many days, considering we packed all of this weather in just a few. It's been amazing. Yeah,
the views that we keep getting, just unbelievable. Let's go back to Wednesday. The strong storms across the South. Just incredible video here. You can see the whole life cycle of this tornado right on the screen. This is the Army base in southeast Georgia yesterday. You can see it forming, and look at that, right?
Wow.
That condensation funnel is all the way down. The rotation was down before that, but then you get that cloud. Unbelievable views there. Picking up debris at Fort Stewart, throwing it around. A base spokesman says that buildings, vehicles, trees, all damaged by this tornado. As many as 50 people forced out of their homes, and so the National Weather Service is going to be out there doing an official damage survey today.
Meanwhile, in Kentucky, some drivers will have to find another way around Whitesville. Another part of Davies County road collapsed. 3/4 of an inch of rain Tuesday caused a ditch to overflow and wash out a section of that road. Officials say it's going to take 2 to 3 weeks to repair it.
My goodness, that's why we say don't drive into flooded water, right? You don't know if the road's still there. And how about this? North Carolina, powerful storms uprooted this massive tree. Look at that. That's in a Charlotte neighborhood. People say that the strong winds that came with the heavy rain sounded like a tornado going on through, right? So the winds toppled several trees. Power lines were down across the region. Duke Energy reported close to 5,000 people were without power at some point on Wednesday. And Maria, we still have more rain today in the Carolinas. This front hasn't cleared the coast yet.
All right, if you were tuning in yesterday, right? I mean, the radar looks fairly similar in that you had rain in very much the same place. This boundary just hasn't moved, and because that's not moving, the rain and the threat for heavy rain, it has not moved. You see Jacksonville, all of that heavy rain in southeastern Georgia, Savannah, up towards Charleston. Kind of a washout day here because, again, it's moving through real slowly. The Outer Banks, Hatteras, up to Norfolk looking at rainfall. A number of flood advisories in effect. If those are in your area, take them seriously, right? We've seen a lot of high water on the roadways. You don't want to drive through it. If you can, find another route or just hang tight and watch this kind of roll out because, yeah, there's a lot of rain with it, several inches, and it's taking its sweet time. Here's the setup. You've got this big dig with our water vapor imagery. You can see exactly where that is. But look at this plume of moisture. I mean, it literally looks like a fire hose of moisture just been getting pumped right into the East Coast. So it's going to follow that line for a few more hours. Let's talk about just how long. So we get you to after school, still raining in Jacksonville, in Charleston, even through 7:30, 8:30, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, Wilmington, the Outer Banks, still the rain is coming down. Look at that little kink though there by tomorrow morning. That's where we're going to see an area of low pressure develop, and that always can hang up moisture just a little bit longer. So still to come easily 1 to 2. There will be spots, maybe as much as 2 to 3 inches of rainfall over the next day or so. Jacksonville, it is a rainy day. It's going to be rainy into the evening, in through the overnight. Those clouds stick around, temps falling into the 40s. Mark?
And you know, it's not just about the rain across portions of the South, right? You have this plume of moisture and this kind of cloud cover that just doesn't want to stop. Right? Day after day of just gloomy conditions. All that moisture flowing up towards the southeast coast is giving us just persistent clouds. And if you're sick of the clouds, we understand why, right? Look at this. Since January 1st, a place like Atlanta, sunny today, but you've had 24 days since January 1st that were at least partly cloudy, maybe completely overcast, right? So there's been a lot of cloud cover. You're getting a break today and tomorrow with some sun. Cloud cover comes back in Saturday. We can look at Charleston, Savannah, Jacksonville, all more than 20 days just since January 1st with clouds. You got rain there today, so we're adding to the totals. Charleston, you might stay in the clouds all the way through the rest of the week as we continue to add up those numbers. So it's been gloomy, right? So here we go. We can give you that forecast of the cloud cover. The rest of today, we get a break, and then it comes right back in with the clouds Saturday and Sunday. Here's Monday and Tuesday where our next storm system comes in. So Maria, idea is just day after day of these clouds moving through, the gloom continues.
All right, and it's certainly a gloomy day in parts of the east. Let's take a look at Charleston, South Carolina. You want to talk about gloom, that's pretty much it. 61 degrees out there right now. You still have some issues with the rainfall that are going to be through your evening drive. So just give yourself plenty of extra time as you hit the road today because it is wet out there.
And you know that low that's trying to form in those showers and storms is going to try to sneak its way up the coast. This kind of sneaky last-second storm that some people will be dealing with some snow.
You know, it happens when you have the cold air trying to dive in. It gets hung up along the coast, and you get a little bit of a ripple on that boundary, and that is enough to get that low to develop. But you've got one moving in the upper levels, and that, too, is going to be enough to get things going.
By the end of the weekend, enough cold air in place that we may actually have some wintry weather trying to mix in. That said, by late weekend, we have this really strong low well off the coast. Gusty winds right along the coastline as well. And
I know we've been talking about what's happening next week. This is a separate beast here, but you've got the showers still. This is separate from what's happening right now, by the way. So you've got a couple days of that kind of gloomy weather from Wilmington down through Jackson and even across central and south Florida with the showers and thunderstorms.
And then here we go again, right? Sunday, more rain. As it makes its way off the coast, rain and wind. Charleston, Myrtle Beach, Wilmington. It's just been such gloomy weather, and it continues this weekend. Yeah,
and Sunday, Super Bowl Sunday, if you're a Carolina Panther fan, you're going to be out and about. You're going to, especially along the coast, have some issues on the roads. The winds, too. I mean, it doesn't look so bad on Saturday, but look at how, as our low develops, and you pick it out very clearly, the winds really ramp up.
Now, most of the worst of the wind should stay just off the coast, but small boats don't want to go and mess around with that storm at all. It's going to be really nasty off the shore.
And maybe some clearing Sunday night. All right, up next, from one storm to another.
We're helping you plan ahead for what could be the next winter storm. You'll see what and when right after your local on the 8s.
Moved into this? Make it look like this. Let's check out our options. Give it some style. Perfect. Now, let's detail it. Let's put our ideas to work and step into a new favorite room. Let's do this. Buy vanities in-store and online today, starting at just $139. The Home Depot. More saving, more doing.
With a full tank of freedom, find your own highway. We'll take you wherever you go. Take you wherever you go.
I've always been protective of my little sister. But when she got cancer, she was the strong one. She learned while she needed chemo. It could weaken my immune system. But then you found out about Neulasta. Right.
Neulasta helps reduce infection risk by boosting your white blood cell count, which strengthens your immune system. In a key study, Neulasta reduced the risk of infection from 17% to 1%, a 94% decrease.
Neulasta is for certain cancer patients receiving strong chemotherapy. Do not take Neulasta if you're allergic to Neulasta or Neupogen. Ruptured spleen, sometimes fatal, as well as serious lung problems, allergic reactions, kidney injuries, and capillary leak syndrome have occurred. Report abdominal or shoulder tip pain, trouble breathing, allergic reactions, puffiness in face or ankles, change in urine, swelling of stomach area, feeling of fullness, dizziness, or feeling faint to your doctor right away. In patients with sickle cell disorders, serious, sometimes fatal crises can occur. The most common side effect is bone and muscle ache.
Ellie's strong, but she still needs help.
Yeah, I do.
Ask your doctor about Neulasta.
This is the moment. For the first time, Clinton, Sanders, face to face. An exclusive. The MSNBC Democratic Candidates Debate, moderated by Chuck Todd and Rachel Maddow, tonight at 9 Eastern on MSNBC.
Currently in our area, 80 degrees under mostly cloudy skies with windy conditions. Today, mostly cloudy and windy. Slight chance of a rain shower. High 80. Tonight, showers, thunder possible, low 61. Chance of rain, 40%. Friday, partly cloudy and windy, high 66. Winds north at 20 to 30 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
We're geeking out on what's happening in weather, how it happens, and why it's so freaking cool.
Weather Underground, weeknights at 6 on the Weather Channel.
This is your year. The year you wear cool clothes. The year you feel good at the beach. Try new things. Do more with your kids. This is the year you lose weight and get healthier with the MetaFast Achieve Plan. Call 1-844-829-2187 or go to trymetafast.com and get started for just $10 a day plus free shipping. With MetaFast Achieve, you eat 6 times a day, 4 delicious MetaFast meals, and 2 lean and green meals you can make yourself, plus a healthy snack. You control calories and carbs and get protein to help retain muscle. 8 out of 10 customers surveyed said the MetaFast plan fit their lifestyle, and more than 3 out of 4 said it was effective. Call 1-844-829-2187 or go to trymetafast.com and get started for just $10 a day. Plus, first-time customers receive bonus gifts. MetaFast Achieve. This is your year.
Once upon a time, there was a nice house that lived with a family. One day, it started to rain and rain. Water got inside and ruined everybody's everythings. The house thought she let the family down, but the family just didn't think a flood could ever happen.
The reality is, floods do happen. Protect what matters. Get flood insurance. Visit floodsmart.gov/flood to learn more.
Friday Eve, we know you have the weekend in your sights, so do we, and we want to give you an idea of what to expect. We're going to start in the Midwest, where we have some snow showers here. Chicago, Minneapolis, Des Moines, though, beautiful sunshine. Temps near 40 in Chicago, 42 in Des Moines. You've got that sunshine all the way down to the Ohio River. Even on into Sunday, that's the case there. But then you're on the verge here of that Arctic front, and we've got some more substantial snow showers through the UP of Michigan, northern Michigan. Chicago, I think you're out of it, but Milwaukee and Madison, keep an eye on those roads for you on Sunday if you're going to be heading back and forth to some Super Bowl parties or just trying to get out and about. We get into the weekend in the Northeast, and New York and Boston back up into the 40s here. Some snow showers in through the Adirondack Mountains, but that should be just about it for the weekend. We're kind of getting a little bit of a chance to catch our breath here with sunshine from Boston, Pittsburgh at 47. Still rather mild. Buffalo, 42 degrees, and no snow in the weekend forecast for you. Across the Southeast, looking pretty good, right? Atlanta at 52, Nashville at 54, but those morning low temperatures are going to be pretty chilly, down into the 20s in a lot of spots, and we'll keep an eye on those rain showers across central and south Florida, hugging the coast once again here, as we were talking about earlier, in the southeast from Charleston to the Outer Banks, but we remain sunny from Jackson, Mississippi into Atlanta on Sunday. And the West is best here. We've got Saturday, even into Sunday, looking really great. Denver with sunshine, Las Vegas, Los Angeles, 79 degrees, and again for the Super Bowl, San Francisco, mid and upper 60s and sunshine. You can't beat it for the fans out there. Dry as a bone across the West. Mark?
But we have to go beyond the weekend because there are some big changes on the way. You're looking live at Boston and Washington, D.C. And after the weekend, there are some big question marks in the forecast still. We want to go through all of the possibilities because we're watching a trend for those models to bring at least a chance for some wintry weather, especially into New England. Let's talk about this for Boston because snow to date, you've only had a little over 10 inches. On average, you'd have almost 25 inches by this point, so we're a little bit behind the pace. Although averages are often highs and lows, and hitting it right on the nose is tough. This time last year, 53 inches. The epic winter was really just starting in the Boston area at this point. So let's jump ahead. We're past the weekend now. We're into Tuesday. This is the U.S. model saying there's going to be an area of low pressure off the coast Tuesday in the early morning hours, throwing some of that moisture back towards New England, including New York, including Boston, coastal Maine, and it would be cold enough for snow. All of that would be snow. And the U.S. GFS model keeping some of that precipitation lingering through the day Monday, Tuesday, especially in northern New England, and then our low moves away. That's not the only model that we look at. We also have the European model. This one, Tuesday in the early morning, keeping some snow in New England, a little bit less around New York City, and then our low moves away. Certainly cold air will be dominating the story, though, behind whatever falls. So then we have to look at, what the actual forecast is. And because of that low nearby, Monday into Tuesday, we are talking about some snow in coastal New England, some light snow, kind of clipper-like snow, which then really picks up Monday night into Tuesday. So New York, Boston, Portland, we are calling for some snow at this point. Tuesday, especially northern New England, some snowfall certainly looking possible at this point. Now, as for how much, notice this is the entire model run of the USGFS through next Wednesday. And that does include the chance for some of this snow. Could be tonight. And so it's not all the next storm. But that said, notice there will be this swath of plowable snow from a couple of systems that come on through. And then the European, similar, but the devil's in the details, right? Depending on exactly where you live. Less snow here in the mid-Atlantic, according to the European, maybe a little bit more in Maine. And again, some of that happening tonight. So we're going to continue to follow that story as Weather Center Live rolls on. Maria.
Mark, thank you. Coming up next on Weather Center Live, we hope you haven't gotten too comfortable with these mild temperatures. Take a live look at Atlanta, certainly one of those spots. Down in the 30s this morning. My son wore shorts to school today.
Brave.
Down into the 20s for tomorrow morning. More on that coming up.
There's a place for vacationers who seek more than just a little time off. The ones who choose to go big or stay home.
Come with me now.
Where every amazing, despicable, wizarding adventure reveals moments that are truly epic. This place is made for those who do more than just vacation.
Go with me now.
It's made for those who vacation like they mean it. Universal Orlando Resort.
Attention users of the blood thinners Xarelto and Pradaxa. Xarelto and Pradaxa have been linked to internal bleeding.
If you took Xarelto or Pradaxa and suffered uncontrolled bleeding, or if a loved one died after taking one of these drugs, call the Goldwater Law Firm right now.
I'm attorney Bob Goldwater. If you or a loved one took Xarelto or Pradaxa and were then hospitalized for internal bleeding, call us right now. You may be entitled to substantial compensation.
The makers of these drugs may be to blame for your internal bleeding. You deserve to be paid for what you've been through. Call the Goldwater Law Firm right now. You may be entitled to substantial compensation.
The makers of Pradaxa have agreed to pay $650 million in settlements. If you took Pradaxa or Xarelto and were injured, call us right now.
Call now to see if you qualify. Call 1-800-796-9100. That's 1-800-796-9100. 1-800-796-9100.
This is Peloton, the indoor cycling experience designed to happen in your home. Only Peloton allows you to take high-energy live and on-demand studio cycling classes without having to go anywhere. Ride live with some of the best studio cycling instructors in the country. Ride flexible with thousands of on-demand rides. Ride connected alongside riders from all around the world. This is fitness evolved. This is Peloton.
Down to Weather Underground.
Mesothelioma victims and their loved ones may be entitled to a cash award from the $18 billion in asbestos trust funds. And you may not have to file a lawsuit to qualify. If diagnosed with mesothelioma or lung cancer caused by exposure to asbestos, call the number on your screen now. Even if a loved one had mesothelioma or asbestos lung cancer and is passed, your family may still be entitled to a cash award. Mesothelioma is a rare cancer caused by exposure to asbestos. Many victims worked in the Navy or in shipyards, mills, carpentry, roofing, insulation, construction, or automotive industries. For over 30 years, our legal team has successfully helped thousands of victims and families. Time is limited. You may not have to file a lawsuit if you or a loved one has been diagnosed with mesothelioma or lung cancer caused by exposure to asbestos.
Call 1-800-948-6735. That's 1-800-948-6735.
There's $1 million hidden under there.
Oh my God! Look at that!
I am the Blue!
all-new episodes of Prospectors, Sunday nights at 9 on the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 80 degrees under mostly cloudy skies with windy conditions. Today, cloudy and windy, slight chance of a rain shower. High 80. Winds south-southeast at 20 to 30 miles per hour. Tonight, showers, thunder possible. Low 60. Chance of rain 40%. Friday, partly cloudy and windy. High 66. Winds north at 20 to 30 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Welcome back, everybody. We are looking live now into St. Louis with a crystal clear blue sky. Atlanta split in half there. Some clouds, but also some brilliant blue. We've got a series of fronts, though, that are going to be crashing through the eastern two-thirds of the country. And so you might have sun, but it's going to be much colder. Don't be fooled by the sunny skies over the next couple of days. Let's start out with today. It's already evidence of that kind of dip in the jet stream. That said, you don't really get the really cold air until you get some of these lighter pinks to fill in across the rest of the country. And as we roll this forward, these are the mid-level heights of pressure and temperatures. Look at that. That's when we know we're going to have some big-time cold coming our way. By Monday into Tuesday, a very different look than even what we have now. So we have kind of the teaser round of cool, which only brought us back to average temperatures. The next round will be much more substantial. For Monday, we're already 5 to 10 degrees below our averages, in the 40s for much of the south. How about Tuesday? 37 will be the best we can do in Atlanta, 26 in Louisville, 26 in Kansas City. That's 15 degrees below average. I suppose the good news for those of you that don't like the cold air, Maria, is that it doesn't last long. It starts to retreat even by the middle and end of the week.
I do like the cold, Mark.
I know you do.
All right. Well, speaking of cold, the common cold is more irritating than incapacitating, but it causes more acute illness than any other disease. Sam Champion examines why it spreads so easily in this edition of Brainstorm.
The common cold. It starts when one of the 99 known tiny rhinoviruses enters our body. How do they get there? In about 80% of cold cases, those viruses are transmitted through touch. And those viruses are hardy on steel and plastic surfaces. There, they can survive for more than 48 hours. And these viruses like heat. So after entering our bodies, they thrive in the 95-degree temperature of the nose. When a healthy person touches a contaminated surface and then touches their face, you can infect a cell in your respiratory tract in just 10 minutes. So can we prevent a rhinovirus from infecting our bodies to begin with? Well, the answer is yes. One way is simply to wash your hands. But that may not always be enough. More than 30,000 cold viruses can fit in the eye of a needle. So missing a tiny spot on your hands can leave millions of viruses on your skin, ready and waiting to get you sick. Hand washing won't stop airborne viruses, another way to get infected, and even harder to stop transmitting the germs. A typical cough, the body's instinctive method of expelling foreign objects in the respiratory tract, shoots out about 3,000 droplets of saliva. The expulsion of so many drops of moisture creates a gas cloud, allowing contaminated droplets as small as a millionth of an inch. That's 20 times smaller than a speck of dust to travel protected through the air until they're picked up, say by a building's ventilation unit. That's where they can really spread, over thousands of square feet, and infecting that many more people. The resiliency of the virus during transmission by touch and by air is just part of the reason that each year adult Americans are sick with colds for a combined total of what would be 12 million years. You've been brainstormed. Sam Champion, The Weather Channel.
It's a lot of people sneezing. Oh,
Nice
no
to meet
thanks.
you.
I'm not touching anything ever again.
We still have much more to catch you up on, including some of the rain and snow coming tonight.
Brainstorm brought to you by Alka-Seltzer Plus, Day Cold and Flu.
The cold truth is, if a cold keeps you up at night, you can't work from home the next day. That's why you need Alka-Seltzer Plus Day-Night Liquid Gels. Its tough cold symptom fighters provide powerful relief. Relief that helps you sleep at night and gets you back out there during the day. Alka-Seltzer Plus Day-Night Liquid Gels. Also available in stores, Alka-Seltzer Plus Nighttime Hot Drink Mix.
If my hands are dried and cracked, I can't do my job efficiently.
My hands are dry from washing my hands lots of times a day.
O'Keefe's Working Hands. Guaranteed relief for dry, cracked hands.
O'Keefe's works.
I saw it working for my husband, and I knew I had to try it.
Learn more at o'keefescompany.com.
O'Keefe's, guaranteed relief for extremely dry, cracked hands and feet.
Your brain is an amazing thing. But as you get older, it naturally begins to change, causing a lack of sharpness or even trouble with recall. Thankfully, the breakthrough in Prevagen helps your brain and actually improves memory. The secret is an ingredient originally discovered in jellyfish. In clinical trials, Prevagen has been shown to improve short-term memory. Prevagen, the name to remember.
I didn't really know anything about my family history. Went to Ancestry. I put in the names of my grandparents first. I got a leaf right away. A leaf is a hint that is connected to each person in your family tree. I learned that my 10 times great grandmother is George Washington's aunt. Within a few days, I went from knowing almost nothing to, holy crow, I'm related to George Washington. This is my cousin George.
Discover your story. Start searching for free now at Ancestry.com.
Thanks.
FedEx has solutions to enable global commerce that can help your company grow steadily and quickly.
Cut it out. See you tomorrow.
The challenges facing the country never stop. So neither does the U.S. Army. We train, adapt, and get smarter. Every soldier, every unit, every day. Not to keep up with change, but to drive it. Nobody knows what problems tomorrow will bring, but we do know who will solve them.
Well, the squirrels are back in the attic.
Mom?
Your dad won't call an exterminator.
Can I call you back, Mom?
He says it's personal this time.
If you're a mom, you call it the worst time. That's what you do. If you want to save 15% or more on car insurance, you switch to Geico. It's what you do.
Where are you? It's very loud there. Are you taking a Zumba class?
You know what made me really love weather was growing up in Ohio and getting a lot of snow in the wintertime. And my dad used to get so excited when it snowed because he'd take me and my sister sledding. And to me, it was one of my fondest childhood memories, winter sledding with my sister and my dad.
Currently in our area, 80 degrees under mostly cloudy skies with windy conditions. Today, cloudy and windy, slight chance of a rain shower. High 80. Winds south-southeast at 20 to 30 miles per hour. Tonight, showers, thunder possible, low 60. Chance of rain 40%. Friday, partly cloudy and windy, high 66. Winds north at 20 to 30 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Closed captioning brought to you by Beltone, your premier hearing care partner.
Beltone is conducting a new trial on innovative hearing technology. You will be asked to evaluate a remarkable product that's virtually invisible. Call 1-800-BELTONE.
Oh, my God.
I heard it coming. It's an eerie sound. Just about the time we got under a desk, the storm hit.
Incredible video. It is 5:30 now on Weather Center Live. Thank you so much for staying with us. I'm Maria LaRosa.
And I'm Mark Elliott. And boy, that it just showed you how powerful these storms were over the past couple of days. And we're still following stormy weather, different nature. Let's take a live look now towards the Boston area. You're seeing temperatures in the low to mid 50s and a bit of a cloudy sky. But here's the thing. Things are going to change really quickly for the Boston area. There's a sneaky low that's trying to come up the coast. And because you get the coldest temperatures at night, it might all happen at just the right time and actually get some snow, despite temps in the 50s right now.
You know, and you get those snowfall rates to be just enough. And timing, of course, is everything. And it may be a very tricky morning drive. All right, so let's get to it. So yes, Boston in the 50s right now. Hard to believe that you actually have a winter storm watch posted. Includes Boston and Provincetown over to Newport and Providence for the potential for several inches of snowfall and starting as early as late tonight. So interesting setup because the same system that we're watching bringing heavy rain to northern Florida, the southeast, is actually connected here. It doesn't look like much now, right? It seems like far away, but we do have a low that's going to kind of develop. You see that sort of buckling right there. And with that cold air, just cold enough, after midnight towards tomorrow morning, you have that change over to some snow, and right there is where we could see a good amount of it coming down quickly, right? Those snowfall rates from Boston to Providence. Yes, New York, Long Island, central New Jersey, you're going to be in on it maybe just enough that that morning drive is a disaster, and then it's out of here in time for that evening rush. So it's not a ton, but it's just enough. So how much are we looking at right now? Well, shades of purple here, maybe as much as 4 inches and through as you're heading towards the Cape, but Boston 2 to 3 inches. Could maybe see some pockets of 4+ in through central Long Island, but it is a very sharp cutoff. So western Mass, maybe not much at all. Eastern Mass may be the place to be if you want the snow. Now, Hartford, Connecticut, you're talking about some rain showers after midnight. That colder air begins to move in, cold enough by 7 a.m. just as you're getting out the door, the kids and yourself for work here. Temps staying into the 30s with that snowfall continuing. Meanwhile, on the south side, it is rain, incredible rain. Orlando, like you need more. You're well above average for the year so far by a couple of inches. And look at this stream. We were following it yesterday. Continues today. 75, I-10, 95, all looking at rain off to the east. Mark, Hatteras, Wilmington, Charleston could be maybe 1 to 2+ inches by the time this rolls out later tonight.
So that southeast low in rain is going to contribute to some snow in New England. But then we have another southeast story coming up, this busy pattern with this trough in place, because everything that comes around the base of this trough tries to form into a coastal storm. So the southeast is going to be under the gun again. Let's jump to the late weekend. We'll have a little bit more cold air. A new area of low pressure forms, potentially enough to actually give some wintry weather to the coast of the southeast. We can't completely rule that out. Maybe the Carolinas with some rain or snow by the end of the weekend. It will certainly be breezy with our strengthening low off the coast as that low kind of throws that moisture back into play. So for now, we're calling mostly for rain. It's definitely going to be rain in Florida. Maybe a small sliver of mixing potentially here for the coast of the Carolinas. We've got to watch that Saturday night into Sunday. That said, the bulk of it will be just regular old rain and wind. It's going to be breezy. So Super Bowl Sunday, right? Lots of you going to Super Bowl watch parties here. Just leave yourself some extra travel time. There certainly could be some rain to contend with, slowing down the roads. Wind will be a big factor too. We've got this area of low pressure that's going to start off this weekend. Mostly light winds as we start off Saturday afternoon, but they really pick up as we roll this forward through the rest of our weekend. Look how close these pinks and reds get. That's the 30 to 40 to 50 mile per hour winds. They will certainly be there just off the coast. The boaters don't want to mess around with this system because it's a really fast intensifying low pressure area, so we're going to see the wave and wind action really increase. Some of those really gusty conditions could clip the Outer Banks. That's something that we got to watch. Now, Savannah, Georgia, we're talking more kind of unsettled weather, and notice just how cold it gets. Saturday night in Savannah, mid-30s. That's why I'm saying there could be some areas that get a little bit of that mixed bag of precip. It's all gone by Sunday night, Maria.
All right, so picking up where you left off, Mark, because we've got that system that New York is definitely going to keep an eye on. But look at this scene, right? 53 degrees as we overlook Central Park from atop of the rock. What was it, just last week? This was covered in several inches of snow. A lot of that is gone. So what about next week? Well, you're getting a hint, right, with this graphic here that chances of snow coming along with that system that you were talking about, the southeast.
It is such a difficult forecast still. The models are doing the whole windshield wiper thing. And when you're talking about the potential for snow in kind of a small corridor, a shift of this low off the coast by 50 miles would completely remove the moisture. You move it in 50 miles and everyone gets nailed.
All right.
So it's such a close call here.
And so we hope to take what we're looking at and put it in some form that means something to you. So you're watching along with us the progress of the models, all right? So we've got one, the GFS model, and you see sort of that blue line right there is that rain snow. So you got some snow here through Monday into Tuesday, and then it is out of there on Wednesday.
And certainly the cold air will fill in behind that no matter what. That part we definitely know. And in kind of strange graphics, we've got the European model. That said, a little bit further off the coast, according to the European, so a little bit less snow, according to this model run.
Right, and if you were watching the models yesterday, kind of a different story even then. So like you just said, doing the windshield wipers, a good analogy. So here's what we're looking at. Monday's concern, some snow here from the New York to Boston area, interior northeast, certainly by Monday night and into Tuesday.
Yeah, and you know, we got to put it in the forecast because there's at least that opportunity, that chance. And so now's the time to kind of get ready and prepare for the chance for snow, even with all the caveats that the heaviest snow might just miss you.
All right, and this is one model's version, keeping in mind that snow total forecast includes what's happening tonight and tomorrow. So there you go, one to watch.
Yeah, certainly this area for our next storm will be lesser because some of that snow is going to happen tonight.
All right.
For the most part, though, it's been a pretty mild winter across the East Coast.
Yeah, in Vermont, the unusual warmth is not only increasing the amount of time people are spending outside, but also bumping up production of a sweet treat. Here's Jack Thurston from NECN.
Early February, time for a dunk in Lake Champlain. Building buzz for Saturday's Penguin Plunge, the major fundraiser for Special Olympics Vermont.
It's chilly.
In the past, ice and snow for the event. None this year, not after a mild stretch. Still, this takes guts.
The lake is still cold.
In Jeffersonville, maple sap's already running from trees. Flows usually happen closer to spring.
The trees don't look at a calendar, as I say. They look at the weather.
Rick Marsh taking advantage. His earliest ever sap boil, producing Vermont's signature product, maple syrup.
They had a very good flavor.
Many of Vermont's lower-lying communities look just like this. There's very little or no snow to be seen.
In the mountains, though, ski resorts like Killington running snow guns whenever they can, boosting trail coverage. And Burlington's snowless Church Street Marketplace going forward with its annual winter weekend, planning cool color lights, ice sculptures, and outdoor activities.
And the warm temperatures are great because it means that people can be outside a little bit longer than they might otherwise.
One silver lining as Vermont waits for winter's return. In Burlington,
thank you.
Jack Thurston,
Thank you very much.
NECN.
Well, coming up, water conservation and El Nino have helped with California's drought.
But just how can the state overcome it completely? Dave Melkoff has some answers for us.
Currently in our area, 80 degrees under mostly cloudy skies with windy conditions. Today, cloudy and windy, slight chance of a rain shower. High 80. Winds south-southeast at 20 to 30 miles per hour. Tonight, showers, thunder possible. Low 60. Chance of rain 40%. Friday, partly cloudy and windy. High 66. Winds north at 20 to 30 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
You want to lose weight? Here's some things you should know. Lose up to 3 times more body fat in 1 month than dieting on your own. Weight loss of just 8% can help reduce your risk for heart disease.
Introducing the all-new Turbo 10. Lose up to 10 pounds in your first month and 5 inches overall. You'll love it. Money back guaranteed.
Did you know that losing weight on Nutrisystem can help you lower your blood pressure by 7 points in 1 month? Improve your sleep quality by 19% in 1 month.
Lose 7% of your body weight and lower your risk of diabetes by 58%. So you can have more energy, sleep better, and burn more belly fat.
Bust that gut.
My energy level is through the roof.
I sleep so much better.
My doctor is so happy.
Order your 28-day plan right now. With Turbo 10, you'll get delicious meals and 1 week of our all-new Turbo Shakes free. Packed with protein and probiotics to help support digestive health and bust belly bloat.
The shakes, so good.
Oh, yeah. That's good.
Plus 1 week of our NutriCrush shakes to crush hunger free.
Forget about fad diets. It's important to have the right amount of carbs, fats, and proteins to fuel your body. And Nutrisystem has everything you need.
Yo-yo diet. Forget about it.
Lose weight fast, have more energy, and get healthy.
I absolutely feel sexier now than I did when I was in my 30s.
I gained energy, stamina, endurance.
Now I'm taking the stairs.
Call or click now, and we'll rush you Turbo 10 today with 14 free shakes. Lose up to 10 pounds in your first month and 5 inches overall. Money back guaranteed.
I owe my weight loss to Nutrisystem. 100%.
10 years later, and I'm feeling great.
Do what I did. Call Nutrisystem and start looking and feeling great today.
Pick up the phone and call Nutrisystem now.
Call 877-920-DIET right now and get the all-new Turbo 10 with 14 shakes free.
I'm only in my 60s. I've got a nice long life ahead. Big plans. So when I found out Medicare doesn't pay all my medical expenses, I got a Medicare supplement insurance plan.
If you're eligible for Medicare, you may know it only covers about 80% of your Part B medical expenses. The rest is up to you. Call now and find out about an AARP Medicare supplement insurance plan insured by United Healthcare Insurance Company. Like all standardized Medicare supplement insurance plans, it could save you in out-of-pocket medical costs. Call now to request your free decision guide.
I've been with my doctor for 12 years. Now I know I'll be able to stick with them.
You'll be able to visit any doctor or hospital that accepts Medicare patients. Plus, there are no networks and virtually no referrals needed. See why millions of people have already enrolled in the only Medicare supplement insurance plans endorsed by AARP. Don't wait. Call now.
Julie was invited to share her own experience with Liberator Medical. Results may vary.
I wear a colostomy bag as a result of a pretty bad injury. When Liberator Medical said, why don't you sample out this Coloplast Mio? It was amazing. This one had a charcoal filter, it conformed to my body, it was low profile, and it was a product that I probably would not have learned of if not for Liberator specialists. I don't have to worry about leaking, I don't have to worry about ballooning, I don't have to worry about the way that I move. My activity level has been heightened, spontaneity, confidence especially. I would give Coloplast for the design of the Mio more than an attaboy. They'd get a woohoo!
Call Liberator Medical for your free Censura Mio sample pack with free shipping.
Call 1-800-503-7096. 1-800-503-7096.
Taking a look at the latest drought monitor out this morning. Still a dire situation in California where extreme drought, 12%. Now 3 months ago it was 22%. So what we're looking at here over the last week, little incremental improvement. So that is some good news. Exceptional drought, 39%.
But it's all of the West that saw some improvement. California, where so much of our fruits and vegetables come from, really hasn't benefited nearly as much as, say, the Pacific Northwest has.
Right, but we have been telling you about all of that rain that people in California have been seeing. Reservoir levels are up, but state water officials have just extended mandatory cuts in water use into next fall.
So what's it going to take, right? What's it going to take to end the water restrictions that are affecting everyone in the state? Dave Malkoff went on an intense hike to find the answer.
How does California break its drought? You will need snowshoes to answer that question.
My name is Frank Gerke.
Frank is one of the state's top snow experts. This is where the snow is building up. We are immersed in a mountain forest in central California. From our trailhead to a building called Gin Flat Station, it's more than a 6-mile round-trip hike through all that snow.
Snow is air and water. We only care about the water part. You think of the snowpack as a gigantic reservoir.
So it doesn't really matter how much it rains in California. Drought is fixed with snow.
Absolutely.
We are walking to one of 130 automatic snow sensing robots the state has set up inside the Sierra Nevada range. Ours is on the fritz. Another mile still this way. We've been walking forever.
We're on the Tioga Road through Yosemite National Park all the way across the Sierra.
Yosemite, this breathtaking landscape, has seen the drought's effects as well.
It's the first time we've had a lot of snow in 4 years.
Oh, bear crossing, lovely. Back here on that remote Yosemite trail where snowmobiles are strictly prohibited, it's getting late, and we've just made it to that malfunctioning snow station.
Yeah, we want to get back before dark.
These sites are vital to understanding how California does or does not bust out of a drought.
You're looking at essentially the brains of the operation up here.
And they're based on 1990s level technology, trading high tech in for a device that can take whatever Mother Nature throws at them.
Computers sometimes just simply stop.
Turns out the computer needed a reboot, and so will the snowpack. These stations report the snow is just 16% above average right now. Do you know if this is enough snow to beat the drought?
Not even, no.
Even 50% above average snowfall may not be enough to break this historic drought. California must keep snowing.
So it's doable. Whether or not it happens, time will tell.
In Yosemite National Park, Dave Malkoff, The Weather Channel.
All right, so we take that information, and then we also take into account El Niño. And with that in mind, taking a look at the top 2 El Niños and what that's meant for a city like San Francisco. And you see the uptick come February with those big El Niños.
And that's what everyone was really hoping for and banking on, that this year we would have a typical pattern to the past 2 big El Niños. And although we saw some of that back in December, it hasn't really lived up to it for January and February. A big question mark.
And you can kind of say the same thing for Los Angeles too. You know, you see that uptick with the big 2 El Niños come February, and you know it hasn't been bad, right? They've gotten a bit, but it could definitely use more. And unfortunately, when you look at the end of February here, where's El Niño?
Yeah, you have this huge ridge building into the west, which is more a La Nina pattern than El Niño. The Pacific Northwest staying wet. Nothing down here into Southern California. This is when we would typically see it.
This is where we put money in the bank, or we would hope for that. So hopefully maybe March. We'll keep March in mind. Same for the Southeast too, by the way.
So that's something we're going to continue to follow. We'll look at your wintry weather coming up next.
Heat up, buddy. You'll get it this time. Yeah.
Okay, not too quick. Don't let go until I say so.
I got you. Start strong with the lasting energy of 100% whole grain Quaker oats. And off you go.
Hi, Linda. Looks like you've got a prescription to fill. The exact same drug that's $10 at this pharmacy is $150 at this one. GoodRx finds prices and discount coupons on every prescription. Just input the drug name and instantly find savings at virtually every pharmacy in America.
Here's my prescription, and I have a coupon from GoodRx.
Go to GoodRx.com and compare, print, and save for free. Stop paying too much for your prescriptions. Print your free coupon at GoodRx.com today.
Call now if you have an IVC filter or blood clot device. Medical studies have shown that IVC filters used to treat blood clots may break or migrate in your body, causing severe injuries. IVC filter injuries include internal bleeding, blood clotting, tearing of the heart or lung tissue, migration, pulmonary embolism, stroke, or death. Call now if you have an IVC filter or blood clot device. You may be entitled to financial compensation.
Call 1-888-312-2764. That's 1-888-312-2764.
We know you have a morning routine. We have one too. 7 days a week. AMHQ is right here and weather ready.
Let me get you ready for the day weather-wise.
We've got a lot going on this morning.
Definitely see what kind of pattern we've had.
So start your morning routine with Jim Cantori, Stephanie Abrams, Jan Carfagna, and the rest of AMHQ.
It is a team here at the Weather Channel, and an awesome team at that.
Let's get right to what you want, and that is the weather.
AMHQ, every morning starting at 5 on the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 80 degrees under mostly cloudy skies with windy conditions. Today, cloudy and windy, slight chance of a rain shower. High 80, winds south-southeast at 20 to 30 miles per hour. Tonight, showers, thunder possible, low 60. Chance of rain 40%. Friday, partly cloudy and windy, high 66. Winds north at 20 to 30 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Heartburn.
No one burns on my watch. Try Alka-Seltzer Heartburn Relief Chews. They work fast and don't taste chalky.
Amazing. I have heartburn.
Alka-Seltzer Heartburn Relief Chews. Enjoy the relief.
I asked my dentist if an electric toothbrush was going to clean better than a manual. He said sure, but don't get just anyone. Get one inspired by dentists with a round brush head.
Go pro with Oral-B. Oral-B's rounded brush head cups your teeth to break up plaque and rotates to sweep it away. And Oral-B delivers a clinically proven superior clean versus Sonicare Diamond Clean.
My mouth feels super clean.
Oral-B. Know you're getting a superior clean.
I'm never going back to a manual brush.
Inside every business, the right information doesn't always get into the right hands.
Johnson makes how much? Son of a... Betty! Do you know how much Johnson makes?
Let Brother customize an office solution that ensures your confidential information stays that way. We'll equip you with authorized access for paper and digital documents, putting peace of mind at your side.
Betty! Betty!
At ChristianMingle.com, dating is actually fun. Because when you're meeting good people, good things follow. And happiness happens. In fact, over 16 million people have already joined. To find that head over heels, talk till 2 a.m., laugh till it hurts kind of love that happens around here all the time. And just in time for Valentine's Day, you can join for free. Start mingling today. Join the all-new ChristianMingle.com for free.
Mesothelioma victims and their loved ones may be entitled to a cash award from the $18 billion in asbestos trust funds. And you may not have to file a lawsuit to qualify. If diagnosed with mesothelioma or lung cancer caused by exposure to asbestos, call the number on your screen now. Even if a loved one had mesothelioma or asbestos lung cancer and is passed, your family may still be entitled to a cash award. Mesothelioma is a rare cancer caused by exposure to asbestos. Many victims worked in the Navy or in shipyards, mills, carpentry, roofing, insulation, construction, or automotive industries. For over 30 years, our legal team has successfully helped thousands of victims and families. Time is limited. You may not have to file a lawsuit if you or a loved one has been diagnosed with mesothelioma or lung cancer caused by exposure to asbestos.
Call 1-866-688-8860. That's 1-866-688-8860.
We're geeking out on what's happening in weather, how it happens, and why it's so freaking cool.
Weather Underground, weeknights at 6 on the Weather Channel.
Time now for the full winter weather update, and we actually have several storms to follow that could all give some snow across New England. Let's first kind of take a status of where we are compared to last year. At this time last year, across New England, especially around Boston, we had a lot of snow already. We were well ahead of pace by this point in Boston. 99.2% of New England covered in snow. This year, that's this side of the map, only 58.4% covered, and no snow, almost no snow in any of Massachusetts at all. So that could be changing as we jump ahead to what's going to happen from tonight into the rush hour time tomorrow. The model's coming together for a short time period, but a burst of heavy snow potential, including possibly Boston itself, but certainly looking likely for a place like Providence and then eastern Massachusetts towards the Cape. It looks like we're going to get some accumulating snow, and the timing a real big problem here. How much snow we talking? Well, a widespread 2 to 3 inch snow. Some areas could pick up 4 across Long Island, maybe eastern Massachusetts, certainly coastal Maine. That said, it's during the morning commute time. So a quick burst of 2 to 3 inches of snow right as you're trying to get to work or school tomorrow, that could be problematic, which is why we're kind of raising the awareness a little bit more. The temperatures right now are warm. It's hard to think about snow when it's 54 degrees in Boston. But as we go through the night, the temperatures really crash and crash fast. By this evening, you're in the low 40s. By the overnight hours, you're in the 30s. And just in time for that morning commute, the low 30s arrive. And so that snowfall rate is key. You get enough snow to fall and it piles onto itself, you can get accumulating snow pretty easily. Taking a look at this through the rest of today, here comes the rain, and then boom, crashing over to snow again for the morning commute into early afternoon, and then it's gone for the rest of Friday. So that's something to keep in mind. Then we get to look past this storm. Look at what the USGFS model is saying. One low goes away, next low forms a little bit too far off the coast, but Monday night into Tuesday, maybe another chance across New England. That one getting a little bit far out, but you kind of subtract out some of this snow that we're going to see tonight, and you're left with a pretty good snow across northern New England. So that is at least something to watch as we work our way through the next couple of days. We'll fine-tune these models as we get closer, Maria.
All right, Mark, you know, this week Winter Storm Kayla dropped a foot of snow in and around Lincoln, Sioux City, Minneapolis. Last week, it was Jonas's record-setting snow in the Northeast. When that much snow comes down, someone's going to clean it up, but those efforts can lead to other problems. Stephanie Abrams has a unique perspective you only see here on the Weather Channel.
We're all familiar with the plow trucks that come by and they push away all the snow as it's falling. But what you might not see is the de-icing elements that they spray after to help with the melting. Now, they use different de-icers depending on the air temperature. Above 20 degrees, simple rock salt works. It's perfectly fine. It's the same thing as your table salt. Now, when the temperature drops below 20 to about 0 degrees, that's when we use magnesium chloride, which is also a form of salt. But actually, it's actually primarily produced in the Great Salt Lake. That's an interesting fact for you. Then when you get even colder than that, we go to calcium chloride, yet another form of salt that works down to negative 25 degrees. So what is the difference when we go from rock salt to calcium chloride? Well, what it does is it actually lowers the freezing point, making it harder for ice to form. Whoa, what just happened there? Looks like a manhole cover exploded. Now, you've probably seen video of this happening before. So what exactly is going on? So we have all the salt now that has been spread on the street. That, of course, seeps down into the sewer system. What is underneath that manhole cover? Well, we actually have all sorts of cables and gases. So first off, you have the salt that's eroding away at the insulation. Then you have all this gas down in our sewers. You have methane, you have hydrogen, think Hindenburg, and hydrogen sulfide. So once you have that salt that's eroded away at the insulation, you have live wires. Of course, that's heat. You get a spark mixing with the gas, and boom, you have an explosive environment. But let me stand back here because those manhole covers, they can blast 50 feet into the air, and they can weigh anywhere from 100 to 300 pounds. So if you see one smoking, you obviously want to stay away. New York City estimates that they have more than 2,000 of these manhole incidents a year.
What?
Who knew?
My mind was just blown like a manhole cover. That's amazing. I had no idea. Really cool.
Yeah, that's all I got.
All right, I'll handle it.
Okay,
now,
you go.
Since you're speechless, we're going to have much more for you as we continue with Weather Center Live, including tracking all of the chances for some snow.
Currently in our area, 80 degrees under mostly cloudy skies with windy conditions. Today, cloudy and windy, slight chance of a rain shower. High 80, winds south-southeast at 20 to 30 miles per hour. Tonight, showers, thunder possible, low 60, chance of rain 40%. Friday, partly cloudy and windy, high 66, winds north at 20 to 30 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.